The first time I saw her, I thought it was the end of me. The wreckage of my shuttle still smoked behind me, scattered across the jagged cliffs of the alien world. I had managed to crawl out alive, bleeding and disoriented, the air thick with a metallic tang of burned circuits. My lungs struggled against the unfamiliar atmosphere, thinner than Earth's but not toxic. The survival beacon had shattered in the crash, leaving me alone, stranded, and, if the patrol drones of the hostile fleet picked up my signal, soon to be dead. That's when she appeared. She stepped from the shadows of the rocks with the fluidity of a predator. Tall, clad in dark armor that seemed grown rather than forged, and with eyes that glowed faintly silver beneath a hood of black hair. In her hands was a weapon, sleek, angular, humming with contained energy. Its tip leveled at my chest. Froze. My training screamed at me to raise my hands, to show I wasn't a threat. But before I could speak, her voice sliced the silence. "Why do your eyes look familiar?" It wasn't what I expected from an enemy soldier. Not a demand for surrender, not an accusation, not the cold efficiency of someone about to end me. Her words carried hesitation, almost wonder, as if my presence here had appended her reality. I swallowed. I don't know what you mean." Her weapon didn't lower, but her gaze did soften, if only slightly. "The beginning. A prisoner with strange value. They captured me soon after." She wasn't alone. 3 others cloaked in the same living armor flanked her, binding my wrists with cords that pulsed faintly like veins. They didn't speak much, though I caught snatches of their tongue, guttural yet melodic, full of elongated vowels. They brought me into their camp carved into the cliffs. It was no crude encampment. Structures grew from the stone itself, as if coaxed upward by some organic technology. The air smelled faintly of ozone and blossoms, an odd combination that set my teeth on edge. She remained near me, never letting her weapon drift far from my direction. Yet her eyes lingered on me, more searching than hostile. At night, when I was tied near their fire, she approached. "You are human," she said, testing the word like it was foreign on her tongue. "Yes," I replied. "And you?" Her silver eyes narrowed slightly. "Names have no worth between enemies." "Yet," she studied me and then almost whispered, "those eyes, they carry something I should not recognize." Her words unsettled me. Humanity had barely touched this part of the galaxy. Encounters with her species, the Cerati, were scarce and almost always violent. Yet she looked at me as if she had seen me before, or someone like me. The middle, the echo of recognition. Days passed. They did not kill me. Instead, I became a puzzle to them. They asked questions, not just about Earth but about dreams, memories, stories passed from parents to children. At first, I resisted, but hunger and isolation eroded defiance. She, the one who captured me, asked most of the questions. I learned her name when another warrior addressed her. Kilira. One evening, Kilira sat across from me, her weapon resting against her knee, her gaze locked on mine. "Our people speak of visions," she said. "Echoes from before the stars divided us. They say the eyes carry memory. That blood remembers what minds forget." I frowned. "You think my eyes remind you of someone from your visions?" Her lips pressed together in thought. "Not think. No." She leaned closer, silver irises reflecting the flickering firelight. "Long ago, before war carved its mark, the Cerati and another race shared a bond. One we lost. Yet when I see you, human, something awakens. It whispers. We were not always strangers." The idea sounded impossible, but in her intensity, in the way her voice trembled with conviction, I couldn't dismiss it. Still, the gulf between us was real. To her people, humans were invaders, scavengers trespassing where we didn't belong. To my people, the Serati were monsters cloaked in beauty, ruthless in conquest. Yet when Kilira looked at me, I felt neither hatred nor indifference. I felt recognition. The fracture, loyalty tested. The fragile understanding between us shattered when her commander arrived. A towering figure, his armor etched with scars and his presence commanding silence. He examined me with cold disdain. "This human is nothing but prey," he declared. "Kill him and let the carrion feed." Kilira stepped between us, weapon raised. Not at me, but at her own commander. Gasps rippled through the camp. "No," she said, her voice low but firm. "He lives." The commander's silver eyes burned with fury. "You defy the order of the bloodline." Kilira didn't flinch. His eyes, they carry the memory of our past. I will not see it extinguished. The camp buzzed with whispers, the tension a blade's edge from violence. But the commander, after a long, dangerous silence, turned away. "Then he is your burden," he spat. "Fail, and you will share his death." That night Kilira untied me. "You should run," she said. Her voice shook, not with fear, but with the weight of choice. "Yet, I think our paths are not chance." I stared at her. "Why risk everything for me?" Her eyes softened again, almost mournful. "Because every time I look into your eyes, I see the face of someone I once swore to protect. A face from a dream that is not mine, but feels like it is. The journey, escape and revelation. We fled together before dawn. She guided me through canyons veined with glowing moss, across rivers that shimmered under twin moons. Despite the danger of pursuit, there were moments where silence stretched between us, not uncomfortable but almost familiar. One night, beneath the stars, I asked her, "What do you think these dreams mean?" She was quiet, then replied, "Our people believe the stars hold memory, that bloodlines pass fragments of what came before. Perhaps our ancestors knew one another. Perhaps once we were not enemies." Her hand brushed mine barely, yet it sent a current through me stronger than any weapon. But peace didn't last. The Serati hunted us relentlessly. Drones swept the skies. At one point, Kilira fought 3 of her own kind, her movements fierce and desperate, her weapon singing through the air. She saved me twice, though each time it seemed to cost her a piece of herself. Finally, battered and cornered in the ruins of an ancient structure, she collapsed beside me. The walls around us were etched with symbols, glowing faintly when touched. Her hand brushed one, and suddenly light cascaded through the ruins, revealing murals. Humans and Serati together, fighting side by side, building, sharing. Kilira's breath caught. "It's true." The realization hit me like a tidal wave. Our species weren't strangers after all. We were remnants of an old alliance, forgotten, buried, twisted into myth by centuries of war. Her eyes filled with something I had never thought to see in a Serati warrior. Hope. The ending, a choice that changed everything. When the Serati finally surrounded the ruins, we were ready. Not to fight, to reveal. Kilira stood tall, her weapon lowered, her voice carrying across the ancient stones. "You call him enemy, but his eyes carry memory. Look upon these walls, see the truth we buried." Some scoffed, some raised weapons, but others faltered, their silver eyes flicking between the murals and me. Doubt cracked the certainty of their hatred. The commander stepped forward, seething. Lies. Tricks of human deceit.